from Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy, the home of the 2026 Winter Olympics.
Come join us on our epic 11-day road trip.
See German castles, cross high mountain passes, and explore the hidden valleys of the Alto Adige. We drive through the heart of the Dolomites, then south to Belluno and the Veneto Hills.
We visit Bassano del Grappa, Verona, and drive north along Lago di Garda to Bolzano.
All that
And much more. So, buckle your seatbelts. Let's go! Our journey starts here at our home in the town of Vernon in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. It's only a short 45-minute drive to the airport in Kelowna, where we hop on a 1-hour domestic flight to Calgary, Alberta. After a short layover, we board our Transat plane and settle in for the 9-hour flight to Frankfurt, Germany. My sister, Gailey, and her husband, Gerhard, meet us at the airport and drive us to their place in Bensheim. Just a short but exciting 45-minute drive on the Autobahn.
Welcome to Bensheim. It's July and it is hot.
temperatures reach the mid to upper 30s. Downtown is almost deserted in this heat wave. We cool down with a iced coffee and then get on with finalizing our travel route, pick up our rental car in neighboring Heppenheim, and hit the local supermarket to stock up on provisions.
Lori, don't forget the potato chips.
Thanks for the reminder, Gerhard. Don't forget your Wise beer.
With Gailey and Gerhard leading the way in their red Mercedes convertible, we are on the road to Lermoos in Austria. We head south from Bensheim to Pforzheim, where our route takes us east through the university town of Ulm, then on to Memmingen and Fronten on the Austrian border before reaching Lermoos.
Lermoos is a charming village in the Tyrolean Alps, renowned for its stunning mountain scenery and year-round outdoor activities, offering a blend of traditional Austrian charm in the shadow of Germany's highest peak, the Zugspitze. Hotel Hubertushof offers bright, modern, and spacious rooms. Ours came with a balcony and a peekaboo view of the mountains. After dinner, we take a leisurely stroll along the meadows bathed in light of the setting sun. Tomorrow is going to be another busy day, so it's time to say goodnight.
Rise and shine. Today we drive along scenic Plan Lake to King Ludwig's Linderhof Palace. Then we visit the spectacular Ettal Abbey Church, followed by a short visit to Garmisch-Partenkirchen before returning to Lermoos. Deep in the Bavarian Alps lies Linderhof Palace, the intimate dream of King Ludwig II. Inspired by Versailles, but built for solitude, this was the only palace Ludwig lived to see completed. Gilded rooms, mirrored halls, and lavish gardens reflect a king obsessed with beauty, fantasy, and escape. At Linderhof, Ludwig wasn't ruling Bavaria, he was ruling his imagination. Ludwig's most fantastical escapes. The Moroccan house reflects his fascination with the Orient: rich colors, carved wood, and quiet retreat. The Moorish kiosk glows with golden arches and stained glass, built purely for spectacle. And hidden beneath the hills, the Venus Grotto transforms myth into reality, a man-made cave where Ludwig drifted through a dream of Wagner, water, and light. It's time to say goodbye to Schloss Linderhof. We enjoy a tasty lunch in the garden of the Ettaler Mill restaurant before driving a short distance to the town of Ettal. Founded in the 14th century, Ettal Abbey Church is a masterpiece of Bavarian Baroque. Gold, frescoes, and light come together in quiet harmony beneath its soaring dome, where faith, art, and centuries of monastic life still endure. Set beneath Germany's highest peaks, Garmisch-Partenkirchen blends alpine tradition with mountain adventure. Colorful, frescoed houses line its streets, while cable cars and trails rise straight into the Alps. Once two villages, now one iconic town, where Bavarian charm meets dramatic landscapes. Back in Lermoos, we enjoy dinner on the hotel terrace and revel in the fabulous view before turning in for the night.
Today we drive from Lermoos over the Fern Pass, winding through alpine forests and past majestic mountain views. We follow the Ostal south to Soilden, then up the dramatic switchbacks of the Timmelsjoch Pass. We descend to St. Leonhard, Tyrol, and then it's on to Sturzing and Brixen before reaching our hotel in the quiet village of Villanders. We leave Lermoos with a bold plan. Chase mountain views all the way to Villanders, Italy. First stop, up the Ostal towards Olden, where the road narrows, the switchbacks multiply, and the clouds decide to sit directly on the mountain tops. Here comes the Timmelsjoch, dramatic, steep, and completely invisible thanks to rain and fog. The weather breaks as we wind our way down the steeper Italian side. By now, you've noticed that the route is popular with performance car drivers and motorbikes. There's no shortage of either, sharing the road with us today. Dropping into Italy at St. Leonhard, we make a pit stop for lunch and for our nerves to recover. Fueled by pasta and optimism, we climb again over the Jaufen Pass, trading dry pavement for endless curves and more bad weather, before stopping in Brixen for a well-deserved afternoon aperitivo.
It was the Timmelsjoch and the Jaufen Pass.
Steep cliffs, limited visibility, and 1,000 bikers auditioning for Fast and Furious Tyrol.
Too bad we couldn't see the mountains.
I did see my life flash by on a couple of those switchbacks.
Still worth it though, right, Andy?
I'm not sure, Gerhard. Ask me again when my hands stop shaking.
It's late afternoon by the time we reach our hotel in the quiet village of Villanders. No epic mountain views today, but plenty of epic driving, and honestly, that's a win too.
We wake up to clouds on the mountains and fog in the valley on day 4 of our epic road trip through the Dolomites. By the time we finish breakfast, it's sunshine and blue skies and smiles all around. Time to plan our route for the day. We drive east to St. Magdalena to see the Geisler Peaks, then follow the Villanders Valley along a narrow road over the Würzjoch Pass to Bruneck to check out the Kronplatz ski area. We return to Villanders via Brixen with a stop at a Tyrolean Buschenschenke for dinner. Villanders has its very own eye of the needle. You and your car have squeezed through this narrow gap between two houses that were built long before there were cars. The painter is busy removing the scrape marks off the walls left there by less competent drivers. Dolomites, where the views are wide but the roads are narrow. A classic Italian standoff. One lane, two directions, zero confidence. They immediately agree on one thing: nobody moves. There's at least half a meter to the rock face, plenty of room unless you're emotionally attached to your side mirrors. And just like that, traffic flows again. The mirrors survive, and everyone's blood pressure returns to normal.
From the Kronplatz in Bruneck, where they serve a 360-degree mountain view with your lunch.
You don't want to miss our visit to the Mountaineering and Mountain Photography Museums. They're up next, so stick around.
The Cornice is part of Reinhold Messner's unique network of mountain museums, exploring our connection with the high places of the world. Designed by renowned architect Zaha Hadid, the striking structure is partly built into the mountain and features dramatic panoramas of the Dolomites and surrounding peaks. Inside, we find a thoughtful exhibition on the history and spirit of traditional alpinism, from early pioneers to iconic ascents, with equipment, art, and stories that reflect the challenge and philosophy of climbing. Museum of Mountain Photography explores our fascination with the mountains through powerful imagery. Spread across 4 floors, Lumen showcases everything from historic alpine photography to bold, modern visual storytelling. With immersive installations, iconic images, and sweeping views of the Dolomites outside every window, this isn't just a museum. It's a visual dialogue between humans and the high mountains they're drawn to.
Servus und Grüß Gott vom Hubenbauer in Fahn, Tirol.
Where the craft beer and the Schinkenspeck taste even better during a thunderstorm.
Sunshine always follows the rain, and we drive home at dusk. It's the end of another exciting day in fabulous South Tyrol. There are more adventures to come, so don't go away.
Our road trip adventure continues as we head south. We pass through St. Ulrich and wind our way up the Sella Pass, down the other side to Canazai, and then past Lago di Fidaia. We reach Agordo and continue south along the Torrente Cordevole to Belluno.
It's high time for a break. We pull off the road at Lago di Fidaia and drive across the dam. Here, at the foot of the spectacular Marmolada Mountain, we find hot and tasty cappuccinos at Hotel Refugio de Lomia, along with framed autographed pictures of Donald Sutherland and Mark Wahlberg hanging on the wall. Quick round of movie trivia ensues before we figure out that these actors starred in the 2003 movie, The Italian Job. In the movie, the Fidaia Dam and Lake were the filming location featured in the betrayal scene. Terrific dam action scene.
The mountains lose their grip on us. We pass the town of Agordo and continue south. The temperature starts to rise pleasantly as we enter Belluno in the early afternoon. And distant thunder announce our arrival at our B&B in Belluno. We manage to get our luggage inside just as the storm reaches us. We settle in for the night and cross our fingers, hoping that sunshine will follow rain once again.
Good morning, friends. Today, it's back into the Dolomite Mountains we left behind yesterday. From Belluno, we drive north, stop at Lago di Cadore, then we take the northeast loop via Auronzo di Cadore to Cortina d'Ampezzo. Next, we crest the mountains at Passo di Giao before returning to Belluno.
Buongiorno amici, we are on our way north to Cortina d'Ampezzo. Get ready for some amazing mountain views.
The sun is shining, the mountains are calling, and we're fueled up with caffeine, so let's go. Made it to Cortina d'Ampezzo, home of the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. It's the halfway point of our epic road trip. Hope you're having fun watching.
And there is so much more to come. Bassano, Verona, Bolzano, and more passes. Stick around.
Leaving Cortina, we encounter an unexpected road closure. The closure creates a massive traffic jam in town, and we get separated in the chaos. Gailey and Gerhard turn left to take the route over the Passo Giao, while Lori and I stay straight as the road climbs over the Passo Falzarego. This road eventually returns us to the route we followed yesterday, at the town of Alleghe.
the end of the day, we all end up safely back in Belluno. We debate who had the more scenic return trip at dinner and then turn in for the night.